I need more Portal content. I've beat the 2 games several times. I have the Portal 2 board game. I've watched the unofficial Portal 2 musical. I've gone through both developer commentaries. And yeah, I could play like Desk Job for the 30 minutes it has. Or get the Bridge Constructor games. Or find a pinball machine with the Portal module. I will find it one day. And a lot more. But I want a free Valve-made Portal puzzle game. Like, look at the title screen of the first game. There is nothing. Oh yeah, those. I guess they are achievements too. I have a few hours to spare. Portal 1, created in 2007, was already prepared for the inevitable fact that people would want more. And since it took 4 years for the sequel to come out, anything could help the dire starvation of content a fandom needs. I say this like it came out in an update, but advanced levels were there from the start. Basically from Chamber 13 to 18, when you complete each of them, you gain access to their advanced counterpart, and also challenges to do with the chamber, but that's not important for this video. The advanced counterpart of each chamber changes it to be more difficult. And that's pretty much it. So let's go at it!
I'm sure we'll be fine.
Chamber 13 is obviously one of the easier ones. It changes this chamber by only having one weighted storage cube and a toxic and liquid floor. This chamber is easy as placing a portal out of the first room to get out, start up the unstationary scaffold, move the cube onto a button, and leave. This chamber only took 4 minutes for me, mainly because I suck at judging whether I can get somewhere without dying. But yeah, this was an easy one. It made me think the rest were going to be a breeze too.
I'll add a few zeros to the maximum weight.
Chapter 14 sucks. Wanna know why? Because it makes you actually have to do the puzzle. The only real differences are the way to grab the cube isn't the same. You could fling from the wall in the original, but you have to from the floor in this one. There's no platforms coming out of the toxic water, and of course, there's non-portal conductive surfaces around the lift. So it's basically just do the puzzle legitimately. You need to fling yourself up to the cube from the floor to open a door, move an energy pellet through multiple corridors, and get it in its catcher. Another really easy one. It also didn't help that chambers 13 and 14 are the ones I've done before I started making this video. And by looking at my Steam achievements, I've played these two almost right after finishing the game. So my Portal skills were on top when they were first completed, which will obvious that I don't have during...
I literally do not have the energy to lie to you.
Chapter 15 was a surprising one for me. The difference in this chamber is that another emancipation grill is in the first energy pellet test, which makes it take a little longer to do. The second one has a couple more diagonal tiles that change how you need to get the energy pellet into the catcher, the unstationary scaffolds go faster, and you need to hit the buttons quicker to open the doors to get the third energy pellet into its catcher. So this one was interesting for me, and a bit more difficult. So the first room was easy, probably easiest thing I've done so far, but the second room scared me. So little fun fact, when I first played this game, I had no clue how to beat the regular Chamber 15. I didn't use a walkthrough or anything like that, because I'm obviously the best Portal player to exist. I just somehow placed enough portals in weird places to get the pellet to somehow hit the catcher. So I walked there in absolute fear, just to do the exact same thing. I probably did it quicker than I did in the easier version. I was also even more confused this time around. The scaffolds took a bit longer because I somehow forgot how to jump farther than 1 foot. I eventually got to the button bit, and yeah, after realizing how to do the puzzle again, it got finished pretty quickly. This chamber was a lot easier than I expected. But now, I'm halfway there to finishing, and I feel like peak Cave Johnson. But just like Cave Johnson, my downfall came pretty soon after.
This next test involves turrets. You remember them, right?
Chamber 16 is a fun one. The only difference between the advanced and normal version of the chamber is obvious right as you walk out of the elevator. The turrets are in cages. You can't kill them or knock them down. I think this is the only time in Portal history that turrets are actual important hazards. When they can hit you and you can't hit them, the fired 100% bullets are actually dangerous. The first 3 are easy to get past. Shoot a few portals out of their eye lines and you're safe. The 2 hallway ones are evil and horrible and hate me specifically. The whole point is you get cover from the storage cubes, so you block the view of the one on the left just a bit and carry the second one towards the other one to not get shot. Easy enough. You go into a pocket with a bunch of storage cubes and you need to use these cubes to build walls to get past the turrets. But when I did this, I did it in a very much harder fashion than I needed to. I got cubes for a wall and dragged them until I was in the next room. Where after a while, I decided to put a portal behind a turret and to build a super small wall around it. I moved one of the cubes onto the button and saved my game just in case. Then I hid behind the turret again and finally portaled my way out. When I say this chamber was the hardest one, I'm not kidding. It isn't long or even too confusing. It is just because turrets are evil, and I've never heard so many bullets being shot at me ever in a game before.
Searching.
You know, I think they might remember what I did to their turret brethren. So it might just be the fact that they hate me. But yeah, Chamber 16 is probably the hardest so far.
Look, Metal Ball, I can hear you.
Chamber 17 is an alright one. To be completely honest, other than the cube being turned into a ball and a part where you fling yourself, there aren't really any changes. The advanced chamber mentions that activating the energy pellet catchers are more difficult, but I personally can't tell. The chamber is also pretty easy still. The cube turning into a ball didn't do much, to be completely honest. Climbing on it at the start was pretty much the same, except for like the one time it decided to roll away. I was really expecting it to be annoying and having it like roll away on me a lot, like rolling away out of sight and off the button during the pellet task where you're opening the doors, but it didn't at all. The other two tasks were easy too. Getting it into the catcher was easy for the first one, and the other took a while because I was just trying to hit it in the right way to bounce it in. The fling section was easy, of course, and I dumped that ball into the incinerator as soon as I can. I have no attachment to this thing like I did to the cube. Cubes are better shapes anyway. It only took like 16 minutes for me to beat. I feel like with this level, they didn't try to make it harder, they just wanted to make it longer. Which really sucks, because I wish they could have done something to make it harder, because all my mistakes were just basic human error, like being too slow or running into the energy pellets. I really do like this chamber, because it uses and adds a sphere, which could be used for such cool puzzles. I know it is in Portal 2's co-op, but I've yet to play Portal 2's co-op, so that'll just have to wait. So, this might be my least favorite level, solely because I find it boring as an advanced level.
This is one of my tests.
The last advanced chamber is probably the second hardest on a thinking level for me. The only differences in the advanced version is that it has less portal conductive walls, no energy pellet, and it's harder to get up to the door. This level took a solid bit of time. So it starts with you flinging yourself across a bunch of toxic water, but you also need to place a portal on an elevated piece of ground while you're getting flung. I didn't do this for a while, mainly because I noticed I could push a block out from the hole in the wall, so I thought I had to do that, till I died, and I realized it when I reflung myself, because I couldn't really tell the first time. Then after that you have to scale up the building, and this took me forever, because I thought there was like a secret spot to put a portal on, until I looked up. So you then fling yourself over, and now you're in the really fun segment. You have to take down all the turrets by yourself, because you have no energy pellets to hit them. This wasn't too hard to do, but it was for me, because I'm
a moron!
I didn't think about the best order to take them down, so I knocked one down with a camera, which took so many attempts. And with the others, I would take them down and then run back into my portal just so I wouldn't take more damage, which took way longer than it really needed to, because I kept going after the one with two turrets looking right at it. And I also kept dying because, again, I don't know how to jump more than 1 foot. But after I took that one turret down, I was able to take down the last two easily. I was then easily able to get the storage cube. Of course, I had to die one more time, and this time is because I completely forgot about the idea of momentum. I'm so proud of myself. Then the last part was really easy, just going up bit by bit, which I almost messed up on, like always. I got that last achievement, and I'm done. And that's all 6 Portal 1 advanced maps. Now it's time for Portal 2's advanced maps. Huh? Yeah, I knew there were advanced maps for Portal 2. What's the issue? There are only challenge maps? What? No. I read that there are advanced chambers. I'm not lying. I swear. I need a what? Which isn't produced anymore, and it's the only way to play the advanced chambers? And they now sell for around $700 on eBay. Sorry guys, bad news. I'm not playing the Portal 2 advanced maps, because Valve had a cool idea, but then it went into the dirt, 6 feet below, dead. Which sucks, because looking at its trailer, it looks really cool. There's a cube you can change the size of, which is a really cool concept. You can also rotate, throw, move things farther and closer to you, and you can drag portals while they're already placed. There's some really cool ideas. Really sucks these ideas got thrown in to when people believed motion controls would be the future. Like, be honest, what is the most recent motion control game you've played? And I'm not counting VR. So that's the end. Decently short video. It was really fun and interesting playing the advanced maps, because I do feel like they are overlooked and not mentioned. Is it obvious Valve could have made them a bit more advanced? Oh, absolutely. I never played them because I thought I'd be struggling. But I was still able to beat them in under 2 hours, even though I really haven't played it in like a year at most. Which isn't impressive at all. I wish Valve decided to put some completely new and original maps in for the advanced chambers, or even a separate mode you can select along with the advanced chambers and challenges. And speaking of challenges, I mean, if this gets attention and I see a want for it, I'll play and beat the challenge modes in Portal 1, and a handful of them in Portal 2. But that's not important. Too long of a conclusion for me. I'm gonna go watch the Portal 2 musical. Okay. Bye.